Hello Virgo, welcome to Aries Moon Arcana. I am Kaya. I will be doing a general tarot reading for your sign for June 2020 and or Gemini season 2020, however you want to look at it is fine by me. I like to pull kind of like a first overarching oracle sort of card. I don't have an oracle deck, I just like to call it that. I use the classic Rider-Waite to do this, and then I use the remainder to do clarifications for the reading. I got the Nine of Wands reversed, and I'm getting kind of a feeling from this card for this Gemini season for you. Let your guard down. That's kind of what I'm feeling. Either you're coming to a close of some sort from some cycle or some sort of important situation. It just feels like things are kind of wrapping up and it's time for you to kind of open up a little bit, let your guard down, ease into it, just be known more, you know, be a little bit more intimate maybe. Yeah, allowing a little more intimacy into your life perhaps. So that's the vibe that I'm getting. And I'm going to put that right here, and then we are going to bring you down. Bye. Just kidding. I'm going to be here the whole time. Bring you down to my little area here. And then I'm going to clear the card's energy with some sage. Make sure this is all about you, Virgo. All right, we want to start from square one. Clear them out. All right, Virgo, let's see what we got going on. I'm seeing some letting your guard down energy, and I'm wondering about that. I'm wondering how that plays into things. So let's get some messages for Virgo, please. For June 2020 or Gemini season 2020. What does Virgo need to know? What can we help them understand or clarify about letting their guard down a little bit? What does Virgo need to know for this season about perhaps letting their guard down a little bit? Okay, let's see here. Seven of Cups reversed. Ace of Swords upright. 10 of Wands reversed. And the Two of Swords. Looks to me right off the bat like you've got some choices to make here, right? With that Two of Swords and the Seven of Cups. You may be coming to a point of clarity in June that might be helping you kind of release a little bit of like the holding on to something feeling. That's what I'm getting. Like if you're going to be letting your guard down a little bit, it's because some sort of information has come to light for you that's helped you unburden yourself a little bit and feel kind of a little bit more clear about what your options are. So I'll take you through it. I'm seeing the Seven of Cups reversed here. This is, I'm feeling this reversal to mean kind of having a little bit more clarity about things. Usually when this card is upright, it can mean kind of illusions and confusion and too many choices and just too much kind of going on. But I'm getting the sense with this next to the Ace of Swords here, that this feels very clarifying, like it's a little bit more clear. There's some sort of piece of information that's coming to you. The Ace of Swords here. It's going to help clean up kind of I feel like you've been kind of muddy in your mind about something. I don't know exactly what it is. We're going to clarify with the Rider-Waite. This is, oh, by the way, this is the Golden Universal Tarot. Sorry, I forgot to mention it. So yeah, something's going to help clarify. I do think you've been feeling kind of muddy, maybe a little too overwhelmed, but something's coming in and it's going to help you relax a little bit, unburden yourself, let all the confusion go, which is what I'm getting here with the 10 of Wands reversed. You're going to be able to drop those wands out of your hands. You're not going to have to hold on to all of them. And you're going to have like a clear path for decisions to be made. I'm not saying you're going to make the decision in June, whatever it's about. I'm not saying that you have to make the decision in June, whatever it's about, but you will get the information that you need for something to kind of clear up for you and become like, I don't know, I feel like it's gonna lighten you up or loosen you up a little bit, and it's gonna make you feel more relaxed, because you're just kind of letting go, and in that way you're letting your guard down. I know Virgos tend to be very like, especially if they're anxious or overwhelmed, they tend to like hold on to control, and feel very much like they have to have a tight grasp on it, or else they just feel like everything's, you know, falling all away. I'm feeling like that's kind of leaving you a little bit in June. You're not holding on to something so much, and you're really able to just kind of release and kind of let your hands go, let your grasp go, not feeling so controlling over people or circumstances, or even necessarily the way that you think. Maybe you just need to like lighten up on yourself. Maybe there's that little voice in your head that's always paying attention to what you're thinking and like telling you, yes, no, don't do that, blah, 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 like a constant inner critic. Maybe you're working on learning how to let that motherfucker just calm down. And in that way, whatever's going on surrounding this, which like I said, again, we're going to clarify, whatever it is kind of leads you to this opening up, you know, letting your guard down, letting yourself be open to more intimacy. You know, you're going to be more emotionally available, I think, after this, with your partners or your friends or roommates or parents or however you want to look at it. It's just, I feel like it's going to help your relationships a lot, because you're going to be able to be more open and accepting and not feel so rigid. So let's get some clarity here, because we don't want you to feel rigid all the time now, do we? It's really good when you need to get stuff done, but it gets a little rough and overwhelming the way you tend to do it sometimes, you know? That Mercury can be a real bitch, the Mercury that rules you. So I get it. All right. So let's get some clarity, please, on this Seven of Cups reversed. Again, I'm seeing this energy combining with the Ace of Swords. So I want to get some clarity on this specifically, because I'm feeling like there's going to be a moment in June, or possibly even late May, where you gain some information that helps you feel less muddy and confused. So let's get some more information about this feeling, this kind of like walking away from the muddiness, or seeing things more clearly, more directly, more honestly. You know, maybe you're being more honest with yourself about something. Ooh. Okay. Your options are slowing down. There's not so many options, or at least if there are, you know which ones to focus on. Two of Pentacles, the Chariot reversed, and the Seven of Coins reversed, Pentacles reversed. So, yeah, you're trying to balance that energy that I was talking about, that kind of muddy confusion. There's too much going on, and it makes you feel both stuck and not wanting to move anywhere because you don't know what to do, and also impatient at the same time. So it's a very irritating feeling, and you've been trying to balance those two feelings, feeling stuck and feeling impatient and not really knowing what to do. And that's a shitty place to be. It's very dualistic. There's not really many ways to go out of that. It's just like stuck between a rock and a hard place. I'm feeling is like kind of the energy that you were experiencing before June, perhaps, trying to balance those things. And it's been really overwhelming, and just like a lot is going on, and you're having to like, you're being bogged down with like questions, or like, you know, maybe if you have kids, you're having to homeschool them, and you're having to like work on your own thing because you work from home, or you're starting a business or something. There's just too much fucking information, too much input, too much output. It's just all like frazzled. The wires are, you know, it's not good. It doesn't feel like you're getting anything done. It doesn't feel productive. It's just not a good game plan. And so some sort of information is coming to you that will help ease that a little bit in June. Whatever this frazzled fucking feeling is, You're going to be able to get out of that and feel more clarity about those situations and those things that are happening. So let's look at that. Let's look at the clarity. Excuse me. The clarity here, this Ace of Swords for Virgo. What is Virgo gaining knowledge about in June 2020, please? What is the message for Virgo? Because they were overwhelmed, bogged down with all this shit and all these things just being pulled in so many different directions. And there's some sort of information or some sort of fact or change or some sort of info that comes to you. Maybe you read about it or something, or receive an email that kind of clears things up for you and takes something off your shoulders. So let's see what that is. Let's clarify this Ace of Swords, please. Page of Cups reversed, 4 of Wands, 9 of Swords. So, let me think about this for a minute. This is interesting. Page of Cups reversed, 4 of Wands, 9 of Swords. There could be something going on at home, somebody that you care about could be having a little bit of a tough time. You might get some information that someone is not doing well, and that might it might rock your stability a little bit. I'm just feeling like there might be somebody younger, some younger person in your family that you're close with. I don't know, perhaps is going, or even just having a hard time, not feeling well. Doesn't even have to be getting sick or anything like that. It could just be mentally in a really tough spot. But I feel like you're getting some conversation with this person, or you're getting some information from this person about something not being all that great out there somewhere. Like, I don't think this is necessarily in your personal home structure, Virgo. I do see this being kind of outside of your personal domain, but it's still in your family or your realm. Somebody's having a hard time, and it's affecting you. But what it does do, while you are having a difficult time, what it can do, what this kind of information can do, is kind of clarify what the most important things are, right? It can really make priorities very clear when you start to see somebody that you care about go through real serious things. It makes the fact that the wine opener broke, not seem like that big of a deal. It can make anything small seem non-existent, and it can make all the really, really important and big things come to the forefront. So I'm seeing there being some sort of information that's kind of humbling to you in June, that kind of almost puts you in your place about what to worry about and what to be concerned with, because you're going through all these things and you're freaking out, frazzled, and then it's boom, there's some sort of information that comes to you that kind of puts everything into perspective. It doesn't have to be bad. It doesn't have to be that somebody's sick, like I said. There's just something that happens that feels like it changes your perspective. It makes you see things differently. So that's the kind of information I'm hearing with that. And it makes you feel like you got to drop everything and tend to it. Or, you know what I mean? Like this 10 of Wands here, reversed. Like I said, he's dropping those wands. So he's done with the hard work. He doesn't want to do the hard work anymore, or he just is like, I got other things I got to focus on. And that's what I'm seeing, is that some information comes to light, puts things into perspective, makes you realize what's really actually important, so you can put down all the shit that's not, and then you can make a real clear decision about what needs to be done. Because what needs to be done becomes completely clear. So we got 10 of Wands reversed. Let's clarify the 10 of Wands reversed, please, for Virgo for June 2020. Okay. What do we got here? Queen of Cups, King of Wands, and the World. Yeah, your family is starting to become even more important. I mean, everybody's family usually is the most important thing to them, right? But it's becoming very, very clear to you that they are really important to you. I hope your dad's okay. I see the Queen of Cups, the King of Wands reversed, and the World here. The World I'm seeing kind of representing like a life cycle. It's possible that there's someone, you know, I'm even seeing that with this decision here, I'm even seeing that you might have to decide whether it's time to pull the plug on someone that's in a coma or has been for a long time or something. I know this is heavy and dark, and I'm very, very sorry. If I'm just reading what I'm seeing, and I'm hoping I'm not triggering anybody or stressing anybody out. I don't want to tell you that your dad's about to get sick. You know what I mean? That's not even really how I'm reading it. I'm just seeing it like, I hope your family is okay. Whether or not they are, you know, I hope that they are. I just see that you're focusing on them. You're much more focused on them in June, just because you've heard some news that puts things in perspective. It could even be just a resurgence of the coronavirus at large. It could be, you know what I mean? That could be what you're reading here. Something like that. And it really makes you like, okay, we really got to get right with taking care of our family here. You know, put all that other stuff away, all that confusing stuff, not really sure where to go or what to do. I have to, like, you know, let my guard down. Maybe you were in, you know, in an argument or a fight with a loved one, and it's like, it's time to just put that behind you and like get back together with your family, because they are the most important thing to you. They are the world to you, quite literally. I'd say reach out to your parents if you haven't talked to them in a while, barring any, you know, abusive shit. Don't fuck with that. You know, if anybody's abusive, keep them where they are. But if you haven't talked to anybody for a while in your family, I'd say it's time to reach out. Drop all the pettiness, you know, that could be represented here as well. Drop all the pettiness and just go talk to them. But yeah, you're really focused on your family, and by focusing on your family more so than all these other things that are going on, whatever choice you're having to make in June is becoming much more easy for you to come to. You're able to make this choice because of the perspective you've been given, and because you're focusing just on your family. Now you can make decisions from that place of strength and fortitude, where your family is like the first thing that comes to mind. You know, you're going to be dropping your guard even with your family. You're going to have to learn how to be more open and more loving with them, just so that you have a closer intimacy with them, because you need that and you need to take care of them. They are the most important thing, and there's something here that's telling me that if you didn't know that already, if you didn't really feel it, it's becoming really clear to you in June. And it's making you feel more like mushy almost with your family. You're feeling more like lovey-dovey mushy town, which is adorable. We love that. So let's clarify this Two of Swords here. I'm seeing some sort of decision being made. I don't even know if the decision being made has anything to do with this perspective that you've gained. But whatever the perspective is that gets gained is what's going to help clarify and make clear what choice you need to make. So let's see here. What have we here for the Two of Swords? Hanged Man. There's the Ten of Wands again. And then the Six of Cups reversed. Are you going to make this decision? I feel like the info's there. You've been given the clarification for it, but I don't know that you're going to do it. You get the Hanged Man. He's just sits still. He resigns himself to a situation. He sacrifices himself. He just sits there and deals with it. The Ten of Wands, you know, that's the heavy burden stuff. Maybe you're picking some burdens back up here. Maybe those are your two choices. You know, you're choosing whether or not to sit still and just accept where you are in whatever circumstance that is. Maybe it's a relationship that isn't like feeling all that great and it's feeling kind of stagnant. Or, you know, maybe you have to decide whether you're going to stay in the apartment that you're living in or the house that you're living in, whether or not to sell, or whether to take on all the responsibility that would come along with making that change and moving along from there. Having a hard time, like, deciding. Interesting, because I was thinking that I was just feeling like you were going to have these choices so clear to you, but I guess that doesn't always necessarily mean that the choice is going to be easy to make. It's just that the options are very clear, is what I'm kind of seeing now. This took a different turn than I was feeling, you know? Yeah, I feel like you're having a hard time knowing whether or not to move on from something. Or letting someone else move on from you. You're not really sure. You have the two, but all I know is you've been confused and distracted with other things. And this will come to the forefront, whatever this choice is. Staying still or moving on. Which are you going to choose? I don't really know. I can't tell you that. I can't tell you that. You know, I wish I could. I try to get as close to that as I can with the tarot cards, but interesting. So yeah, some sort of, let's get some outcome, like, wrap-up cards, please. If you get the confusion, feeling like you're stuck between a rock and a hard place. You know what I mean? With the Chariot, not being able to move forward, and then also feeling anxious and bored. You've got so many things going on that you're feeling totally overwhelmed. Some sort of information comes through and, like, totally throws you a new perspective. Makes you look at things a different way. Makes you really take stock in your family and your relationships. And it helps you drop all the pettiness and maybe reconnect with some family members you haven't spoken to in a long time. And doing all these things, you know, they help you see that your choices are not whether or not to, you know, I mean, your choices here are they weren't choices, is what I'm trying to say. You were trying to balance something. These are the choices. These are the things that were just inevitably happening that you were trying to balance, which are sitting still and feeling fucking anxious and, like, impatient to make things happen, but not being able to make them happen. And just feeling, like, overwhelmed. Right? And then here, there's less overwhelm. You're not overwhelmed or bogged down by choices. You have to make a choice to stay or go. Whatever that means to you. So let's get some overarching outcome cards. I think you're going. Devil reversed, Three of Swords reversed. I think you're leaving the situation. Because I think that to stay in it hurts you. You got a little codependency going on there, Virgo? Because that shit is so hard to leave when you're stuck and you're in it. When you're really, really in it, it can be so heartbreaking to leave. Because it feels like you're killing yourself, but you're not. You're actually helping yourself a lot. You're saving yourself. So I think that you're maybe feeling that way, where you've been overwhelmed with all these other choices and all these other balancing, like, so many things going on. You've been able to kind of put off making the choice of whether or not you need to leave this relationship or this situation that you're in, or not. A job that you're unhappy with. Something where boundaries are not as important to the other people around you as you need them to be. There's some sort of situation where somebody's not respecting your boundaries. And whatever situation that is, that's the one you need to leave. Because you need to start healing from that pain that causes you. And I think that whatever perspective comes to you in the month of June is going to help you see clearly that these are your two options, to stay or to leave. And then I'm hoping that this combination helps you understand that if there is something that you're unsure of whether or not to leave, and it hurts you and it's hurting you and it's not respecting your boundaries, it is okay to leave. It's totally okay to leave. Don't worry about it. It's fine. You gotta go if it's hurting you. So I think that's what's gonna happen. This kind of tied it all up for me, you know? Not realizing that you need to make a decision, and then it's like, bam, my family is more important to me than this, whatever this is that's hurting us. And I need to remove myself from this situation, maybe remove my children from this situation. Family, parents, remove somebody that hurts you, doesn't respect boundaries, has some toxic shit going on. Painful. But you're healing, because these are both reversed. So, you know, I think that if you choose to leave, which these two cards indicate that you are choosing that, these indicate that that's a really good plan, because these are the healing from these energies cards. These are the energies, the Devil and the Three of Swords, yeah. And then if they're upside down, it always means that they're healing. This is freedom from codependency and toxicity. This is healing from super deep heartbreak and grief and horrible pain. So I think that that's a good, you know, it's good for you to do that. It's funny because like letting your guard down almost doesn't really fit into that part. It's almost like this part came in at the very end, like maybe at the very end of June or beginning of July is when it all happens. Because you're really opening yourself up to seeing the truth and seeing the clarity that you need to see. But then here, when you get to this point, when we get to the next month, you're gonna be strong and resilient, and you're gonna have your walls up to the people that don't respect your boundaries, and that's good. Always have your guard up with those people, right? So yeah, Virgo, that's what I'm seeing. I think it's okay to move on if it's hurting you, but you've got a choice to make. You've got a choice to make, booby. Here, look at my face again. Hi. You've got a choice to make. That's what I'm seeing, and that's all. You'll be fine. You'll get it. You're smart, like super smart, and you analyze a lot of things, and you know, I know that always helps figuring out what to do, definitely. So you got this. It's all good. Thank you so much for watching. I feel like you've watched all the way to the end, so that's rad. I really appreciate it. If you like this, please like, subscribe, share, comment, all that good stuff, because I would love to keep doing this. So the more I know if it works for other people, the better. And yeah, that's it. I do personal readings, link in description box, and then I also have a schedule of the next videos that are coming out as well, also in the description box, so you can check that out. And thank you so much for being here, and I will see you on the next one. Turn off. My remote died.